Go ahead.
Excuse me, I have a quick question. I'm Demetrius Lewis. I'm class of 2000, University of Florida, played football in the first national championship. But my daughter, she really wants to go. And I got a really quick question. She's a 10th grade at Atlanta Girls School. And I'm just trying to figure out, is there any classes in particular that she needs to be concentrating on to achieve that goal to get to UF and get to Gainesville like our mom and dad? So we just trying to figure it out.
Triple legacy. I'm loving it.
So,
as Cam said, my name is Casey Hampton. I am here to talk about college readiness and college prep tonight. So we're going to start off with setting some ground rules. No idea, question, or opinion or thought is wrong. Everybody's voice matters. And when I say we, I mean Cam, myself, and I'm sure Theos would agree. We ask that you be transparently vulnerable as possible, ask questions and engage, and let's have some fun tonight. So if you do have a question, I can't see the chat. Someone asked Cam to monitor that. So if you do have a question, put it in the chat, and Cam will stop me and I will answer the question. And stay involved or get involved. Getting into college is not only about you in the classroom. It's just as much about what you do outside the classroom too. So volunteerism, mentorship, religious activities, sports activities, all need to be included on your resume and in your application, especially with students at universities that maybe have big application pools or small application pools and they don't have that many spots. This can sometimes be the determining factor. So, you know, if you're applying to a lot of those universities that you mentioned, you know, the Vanderbilts, the Johns Hopkins, Stanford, any of those, everybody that's applying there has a 4.0 GPA or higher for the most part that's going to be considered for admissions. So what's going to be the next factor that they're going to consider? It's your community involvement and what you're doing outside the classroom and what you're doing in your community to make it a better place. So if you are not involved, start getting involved. So how COVID is changing things, and this leads me to my next topic. So virtual visits. See if your school offers a virtual visit so you can connect with the staff member, a student, or a student and see the campus for yourself. Or you can do a drive-through to see it yourself. So, you know, the University of Florida, you can drive through. Jacksonville University, you can drive through. Georgia Tech, you can absolutely drive and walk through it. You know, you can still maintain social distance and see a campus. I can't tell you how many students I worked with over the years that the campus visit is what sold them or what completely changed their mind. So visiting a campus is the most important factor for you personally.
Just to go ahead and introduce myself, my name is Theos Rizos. I'm a freshman admissions officer here at the University of Florida. I am covering the Georgia area. I've been scheduling virtual visits. So I'm going to be doing presentations for various schools in the area. I'm not going to be able to visit all of them most likely, but I'm happy to be a resource for any of you. I am going to talk a little bit about the University of Florida, but I also want to give general tips that I think are going to apply to any college. So first off, University of Florida is Florida's most prestigious land, sea, and space grant institution, ranked number 6 among public universities, renowned with over 36 eminent scholars. Also has a campus with over 2,000 acres, a student population consisting of about 55,000 students, 38,000 undergrads, and 17,000 graduate students, also making it one of the largest across the country. The University of Florida has over 100 undergraduate majors, over 200 graduate programs, so there's something for everyone. We have majors ranging from criminology to entomology to psychology to every ology you can think of. We have communications, education. We have all professional programs represented, including law school, veterinary school, dental school, pharmacy school, and a medical school, including a hospital on campus called Shan. So as a student, you have the opportunity to actually shadow a physician. We also have many opportunities for students to engage in research. So if you received an award or recognition, maybe at your high school, maybe at the regional level, state level, you know, countrywide, you definitely want to highlight any of those accolades. If you work a part-time job, you want to mention that on your college applications too. Talk about the responsibilities. Definitely in college admissions, when we read applications, we want to get a sense as far as who you are as a student. Everyone's extracurricular section or resume is going to look different. I've read applications from students who maybe had to work throughout high school to help support their family. Maybe, for example, they had to take care of their siblings. For example, I grew up in a family where there's 8 of us. So part of our responsibilities was to take care of our siblings growing up. Everyone's situation is different. So try to do the best you can with what you have. And definitely take advantage of resources at your school. Your college counselors, your college advisors. Casey has volunteered to also be a resource to give you some tips. I'm happy to give general tips, even though I work for admissions at the University of Florida. I want to talk really quickly about student life. We have over 1,000 organizations on campus. So with that, we have a student government that manages a multi-million-dollar budget. We have cultural organizations, Black Student Union, Hispanic Student Association. We have Greek American Student Association, Russian Club, whatever organization. You do not have to identify with a certain racial or ethnic group to join these clubs. So sometimes, for example, when I was an undergraduate student at UF, I used to go to a lot of these club meetings because it was an opportunity to meet people, learn different cultures, and even eat some really good food. We have so many different opportunities. There's Greek life, fraternities, sororities. There's the Panhellenic interfraternity councils. We also have multicultural fraternities and sororities, the historically Black fraternities and sororities as well. There's even religious Christian fraternities and sororities. So with that, you have those opportunities. We have rec sports, intramural sports, club sports. There's a crew sailing team. If you're into intramural sports, definitely club sports can be a bit intense because there's weekly practice and tryouts, and intramural sports can be very laid back. Whatever your interest is, there's something available to you. And something that I would like to mention is regardless of what college or university you get involved in, I'd recommend getting involved in about 1 or 2 clubs or activities your first year. Definitely, to try to not overwhelm yourself, because going to college is kind of like a 3-credit course in itself to transition. But definitely getting involved in clubs and organizations at whatever college you go to is going to help personalize the university. University of Florida is a large institution, and we like to say you can make a big university small, but you can't make a small university big. So definitely you can personalize your experience. I can tell you anecdotally as an alum that when I was a student at the University of Florida, I could walk across campus, past the hub, walk past Chick-fil-A, I'd see about 5 people I knew, walk to Turlington, walk through past Library West, and then when I finished my walk, I probably would have seen close to 10 students that I knew, either tabling for student organizations or just casually walking to class.